Hey, what's going on? This is Justin with WinkSound.com. Let's say you got a drum performance that you recorded and you're not happy with your sounds. I'm going to show you how to use the Sound Replacer Audio Suite plugin in Pro Tools 8 to swap out your not so good sounds for a better sample. Let's check it out.
Okay, so if you want to replace some sounds in your performance or whatever it is, you can use the Sound Replacer Audio Suite plugin in Pro Tools. It's really cool. It's easy. I have a kick drum here, which is usually a lot of people replace kick drum sounds. So first thing I do is I'm in grid mode, as you can see here, and my grid is set to bars and beats and 1/32 note, so I can get some really accurate, precision editing with that. So first thing I like to do is I like to cut up these samples. So let me zoom in a bit here. So, and what I also do is I turn tab to transients on, just so I can make like really precise cuts in the audio. So just hit tab, it'll go to that first transient, Control B to make a cut, tab again to the next transient, Control B, make a cut. So now here's my little region that I'm going to work with. So I'm gonna work with two regions right now just to show you. So Control B to make that cut, and then I'm gonna bring this hit down a bit. Okay, so I have these two regions here, as you can see, that I'm going to replace their sounds. Now you can do this for your whole session. It's very easy, but I'm just gonna work with two right now. So to get to that, the Sound Replacer plugin, Audio Suite, Other, and then Sound Replacer. Okay, so this is the plugin here. It's very simple to use. So what you have here, these three little arrows, the yellow, red, and blue, these are what's going to control the threshold of your samples. As you can see when I lower it down, and then the red one, same thing. So what's going to happen is the peaks of your audio, you can have a sample be triggered at certain peaks, at certain thresholds. So this way you can make it sound very realistic. If it's a soft hit, you could load in a soft sample, and then when it peaks, you could hit like a rim shot or something. It's really cool. So there's that. Now to load samples in, all you got to do is click on this old school floppy disk right here. As you can see, comes up to load a sample in. So I'm going to go to samples, drum machine samples, and I'm just going to pick something, whatever it is. I'm not really paying attention, just for the demonstration. So see, as I lower the threshold here, there's some peaks that pass it, as you can see right there. So I'll load in another one that'll be triggered, another kick sound that'll be triggered when it passes the threshold of the yellow. As you can see, there's the two stacked on each other, and you could stack three samples on top of each other. It's really cool. So you have mix right here, which 100%, it basically takes away the original sound and replaces it with these samples. Then you have dynamics, which you could expand or contract the dynamics of that performance. The crossfade here will be a smooth transition between these samples that you stack up. If you take it off, it just, as soon as it passes the threshold of one, it'll go right to the other, no like fading through. The peak alignment, it just assures phase accurate alignment. And then you have update and auto update. Now you hit update every time you want to load a new sample in there to replace the sound. So I've already got this one loaded up, so let me just preview this. So as you can see, there's some noise in there because the other parts of the drum set, when this was mic'd up, are bleeding through a little bit. So you might want to throw a gate on there just to, clean it up a little bit. So, okay, it's very simple, clean it up. So bring back the Sound Replacer. And I want that same, those two kicks. That one, and then this one. Okay. So let me set my thresholds. Let's just say right there. And then when it passes that threshold, this one is going to be triggered. So it's pretty easy. And then let's say I want to add another one. I'll just hold down shift and I could click more than one region and then update again. And now you can see my 2 regions are in there. And there's that big peak of the other one. And you know, I could load in another sample if I want, because that peak is higher than the other sample, the other original kick. So now I have 3 samples here. So these 2 will be triggered on the lower peaks, and then this one will be triggered on the high peaks. So let me process this. And now I've just replaced those 2 drum hits. So let's hear that. So it's really simple. You know, you go in there and fade it out just to clean it up a little bit. You know, and you could basically do this with anything, any part of a drum kit, which is really cool. So you have a lot of options. You have like the 3 thresholds to play with and everything. It's really cool.
You can always get in touch with Justin at WinkSound.com and check out more of Justin's videos, including these titles featuring the new Pro Tools 8, now available on demand at WinkSound.com.